The Lloydminster Red Dogs were one win away from reaching the finals yesterday, on the verge of making their fifth consecutive trip to the Big Dance, their first in the top tier, and the only thing standing in their way was the Battle River Shock. Now, before the game, the Red Dogs and their supporters were treated to some special guests. Ottawa Red Blacks quarterback Henry Burris, as well as retired CFL wideout Ryan Thelwell, were in attendance. Now, first quarter, on the Shock's first possession, Brett Tetz fumbles the snap, and the Red Dogs are all over it. Evan Rossett with the recovery, giving the Colored Canines instant field position. Karl Teledetsky going to work, looks left, throws right, and finds Zach Disiatnik for the 25-yard touchdown. Man, he's good. The kid affectionately known as Ziggy makes another stellar catch and shows some love to Thelwell in the crowd. Thelwell thinking we might have another CFLer on our hands. Dogs up 7-zip. Battle River goes 2-out, so they have to punt, and Taylor Tangent, playing his first game back since the second week of the season due to injury, makes the huge block, and he will get up to make the tackle as well. The Dogs were ferocious all afternoon. Now on the next series, Carl pitches to his brother Cade, makes the spin move, and he is going 30 yards to pay dirt. A missed convert makes it 13-0 Lloydminster. Some penalty trouble for the Dogs has the Shock knocking on the doorstep. Brant Burzik breaks the plane for the major. The 2-point convert was good, making it 13-8. Second quarter now 16-8. Teledetsky bootlegs and scampers into the end zone. 23-6 Red Dogs at the half. 23-14 in the third. The top team in Tier 1 shows them how it's done. Teledetsky with his second TD pass of the contest as he connects with Matt Holman. Then in the fourth, Teledetsky does it himself, finishing with the QB sneak, and some frustration setting in for the Shock. 36-14 is the final. It was a complete game from the Dogs as offense, defense, and special teams all contributed with big plays throughout the game. We head back to Clark Field for some post-game reaction.
It was awesome. You know, I spread the ball around for sure, like running some in, hooking Zach up with a couple, but, you know, I got to give it up to the O-line tonight. Like, unreal job giving me the time to make the plays and stuff like that.
We didn't want to keep these guys in the games very long. We knew if we could pounce on them right away, get up on them, the momentum would be in our favor, and we did that.
In the past 3 years, I've got at least one blocked punt every year, and I wanted to do it this year, and I was just lucky enough that I saw the hole, I went, and I got it.
And what a treat it was for the Red Dogs as Henry Burris and Ryan Thelwell were there to provide some encouragement.
In the end, you all will succeed together and be champions together. So good luck next week, guys.
It was quite the experience for the Red Dogs, who got a chance to talk football with some of the best from the CFL. Burris, a two-time Grey Cup champion and former MOP, along with three-time Grey Cup champion Thelwell, shared their reasons as to why they came out to hang out with the kids.
One of the guys I looked up to was Troy Aikman. One day he came back and he was able to watch me play in high school. A guy like Emmett Smith, I was able to go to his football camp and kind of get to know him up close and personal, and just to see how good those guys were and how much they gave back to the public. And to me, this world is secular, and what goes around comes around. It's good to be in this position one day, and hopefully, you know, I can see these guys make it to this same position that I'm in.
If I can never guide someone or help someone in their journey, that's what I'm here to do, right? So, you know, what football's been good to me, and whatever I can give back, I'll give back to it.
The two-time All-Star receiver also paid special attention to the wideouts, and a particular Red Dog caught his eye.
I made sure to give the shout out to the receivers, and I put it out there. I said, hey, one of you guys make a big play, you've got to give me a point out. Zach made that diving catch in the end zone, and he found me out here, so he made my day. So it was fun. It's all about having fun, and they did a great job.
I was so happy. It was a great moment. It was for someone like him to point me out and stuff. He's almost like a great role model now, that he just gave me a little bit of confidence and made me feel really good about myself and my playing.
Awesome for those guys. Now, as we showed you yesterday, former Oiler and current Sportsnet color commentator Louie DeBrusk was at the Oilers community event in Bonnyville on Friday. The big man played over 400 games in the NHL before joining the broadcast world, and I'm always curious when athletes make the jump to the other side. So, what does Louie prefer, holding a hockey stick or holding a mic?
You know what, it was funny because I think the first few years it was continually second guessing whether or not you should still be down there on the ice. But I've been away from the game for a while now, so they both have their pros, they both have their cons. I think it was a pretty good transition for me, and I'll take it. It was a nice transition progression right into broadcasting that kept me around the game that I love, and allows me to still continue to do things like this.
DeBrusk will be entering his 7th season calling games on Sportsnet. He joined the Oilers broadcast team in the fall of 2008. Well, after opening the RMLL season with a loss, the Wheatland Xtreme were back on the floor this afternoon in Edmonton, taking on an opponent that lost 15-2 the day before. The Wheatland bunch put in a solid effort against the Wizards, battling to a 12-12 draw. It was a balanced team game on offense, and head coach Graham Murray was impressed with the play of goalie Kyle Bower, who is making his first junior start between the pipes. The Xtreme will have a handful of days off before traveling to Wainwright on Friday night to play the Wolfpack.